$300,000. Say it out loud. It sounds like a lot of money. It sounds like the kind of number that means you've made it, that you've crossed some invisible finish line, that retirement is finally within reach. And for most Americans, saving $300,000 feels like a genuine achievement, because statistically it is. The Federal Reserve's most recent data tells us that the median retirement savings for Americans between ages 55 and 64 is somewhere around $185,000. So if you're sitting at $300,000, you're ahead of more than half the country. But here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. For most people, $300,000 is not enough to retire comfortably on its own. And the way most people calculate what that money will do for them in retirement is fundamentally, dangerously wrong. Not a little wrong, not off by a few $1,000s. We're talking about miscalculations that could leave you running out of money in your 70s, or cutting your lifestyle in half just to make it to 85. And that is exactly what we are going to talk about today. Welcome to Reality Retirement. If you're new here, this channel is all about the honest, unfiltered financial truth that most retirement content glosses over. No false promises, no feel-good fluff. Just real numbers, real strategies, and real clarity. If that sounds like what you need, hit that subscribe button right now and tap the bell so you never miss a video. And if you already have $300,000 saved, or you're working toward that number, drop your current savings in the comments. I want to know where you are in your journey. Now here's what we're going to cover today. We're going to walk through exactly what $300,000 actually produces in monthly income in retirement. We're going to look at the most common calculation mistakes people make, mistakes that feel reasonable but can wreck a retirement plan. We're going to talk about the role Social Security plays in filling the gap and why so many people get that wrong too. And then we're going to look at the real retirement scenarios, what $300,000 looks like if you retire at 62, at 65, and at 67. The differences are dramatic. And by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer, more honest picture of where you actually stand. Let's start with the most important concept in this entire conversation. It's called the withdrawal rate, and almost everyone misunderstands it. When most people think about having $300,000 in retirement savings, they think about it the wrong way. They imagine it as a pile of cash they'll slowly spend down. They think, okay, if I need $30,000 a year from my savings, I can last 10 years. Simple math. 300 divided by 30 equals 10. They figure they'll be fine. But that's not how retirement works. That's not how the math works. And that kind of thinking is exactly what gets people into serious financial trouble in their late 70s and 80s. The right way to think about retirement savings is in terms of sustainable income. Specifically, how much can you withdraw from your portfolio each year without running a serious risk of running out of money before you die? And this is where the research gets fascinating. Decades ago, a financial planner named William Bengen did a landmark study. He looked at historical market data going back to 1926 and asked a simple but powerful question. If someone retires with a diversified portfolio of stocks and bonds, what is the maximum percentage they can withdraw each year, adjusting for inflation, without depleting their savings over a 30-year retirement? His answer became known as the 4% rule. You withdraw 4% of your portfolio in the first year of retirement, adjust that dollar amount for inflation each subsequent year, and based on historical data, your money should last at least 30 years, 4%. Let that sink in for a moment, because when you apply that to $300,000, the number you get is not what most people expect. 4% of $300,000 is $12,000 per year. That's $1,000 per month, $1,000 a month, from your savings alone. Now, before you panic, we're going to put that in full context, because Social Security, pensions, and other income sources matter enormously. But I want that number to land first, because I want you to feel the weight of the actual math, not the fantasy version, the real version. Now, some people immediately push back on the 4% rule, and honestly, that pushback is worth taking seriously. Some financial researchers today argue the rule is outdated, that in a world of lower expected returns and higher inflation risks, something closer to 3 to 3.5% is more prudent. If we use 3.5% instead, that changes things even further. 3.5% of $300,000 is $10,500 per year, about $875 a month.